Hey YouTube, I'm Siska, your health hacker. And today I'm about to blow your mind with something that's literally right in front of your face every single day, but you've probably never thought about it and how it affects your health. We obsess over what we eat, what we drink, the air we breathe, but what about the light we see? What if I told you that the wrong light at the wrong time could be increasing your cancer risk, messing with your sleep, and literally shortening your lifespan? And what if I told you the fix is as simple as changing a light bulb? Stick around, because this health hack is going to change everything about how you think about the lights in your house. Here's something that absolutely blew my mind. I found out that major publishers have nearly 2,000 books on nutrition and diet, but only one book on light and health. Think about that for a second. We've been laser focused on food, water, and air pollution, but we've completely ignored something that's just as critical to our health: the light we're exposed to every single day. Dr. Martin Moore-Ed, a Harvard researcher who literally discovered the master clock in our brains, puts it perfectly. The light we see is as important to our health as the air we breathe, the food we eat, and the water we drink. And here's the kicker: we've accidentally created a health crisis just by trying to save electricity. Let me paint you a picture of how humans lived for the first 10,000 generations. Our ancestors spent most of their day outdoors under rich, full daylight. And when the sun went down, they slept in complete darkness. When they did use artificial light, it was candles or wood fires, warm, yellow, orange light that contains virtually no blue light. This didn't mess with their natural rhythms at all. But then Thomas Edison came along in the 1880s with the light bulb, and everything started to change. At first, those old incandescent bulbs were actually pretty similar to the candlelight. Not too bad for our health. But here's where it gets scary in our quest for energy efficiency. We've been adding more and more blue light to our artificial lighting. And now those old Edison bulbs are literally banned in many places, and we're forced to use LED lights that are absolutely loaded with blue light. Okay, let me break it down. What's happening in your body in a way that makes total sense? You know how white light looks white to your eyes? Well, that's actually an optical illusion. White light is really made up of all the colors of the rainbow: violet, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red, all mixed together. Now, here's the critical part. Your eye has special cells. Think of them as your body's time detectors that are specifically designed to pick up sky blue light. When these cells see blue light, they send a signal to your brain that says, hey, it's daytime. This triggers your master clock in your brain, which then controls millions of other clocks throughout your entire body. When your brain thinks it's daytime, it stops producing melatonin, your body's natural sleep and repair hormone. When it thinks it's nighttime, melatonin goes up and your body goes into full repair and restoration mode. Here's where modern life becomes a complete disaster for our health. During the day, we're stuck indoors under dim artificial light instead of getting the bright blue rich daylight our bodies are craving. Most people spend less than 5% of their time actually outdoors. Then at night, we blast ourselves with these super blue rich LED lights that are screaming, it's still daytime, to our brains, even though it's 10 p.m. and we should be winding down. And get this, 40 to 50% of people sleep with lights on in their bedroom. Can you imagine the confusion this creates in your body? Your poor internal clock system is getting completely scrambled, and when that happens, everything in your body starts going haywire. Now, let me tell you what this light chaos is actually doing to your health, and I promise this will motivate you to take action. Cancer risk. Breast cancer used to be extremely rare, but guess what happened? As electric light spread, breast cancer rates skyrocketed. In the countries that got electricity later, like Iceland, cancer rates stayed low longer and only climbed as they became fully electrified. Women who worked night shift or sleep with lights on have at least 50% higher breast cancer rates. And here's something incredible. Women who are blind since an early age rarely get breast cancer because they're not getting that disruptive light at night. The Swedish study Bombshell, scientists studied 29,000 Swedish women for 15 years. The women who spent time outdoors got up to 8 times more skin cancer. But, and this is a huge one, they lived years longer. The lifespan difference was as significant as being a smoker versus a non-smoker. The UK Biobank study, 88,000 people wore light monitors for a week. Those who got the most bright light during the day lived longer and had fewer heart attacks, less depression, and better mental health. Those who had lights on at night, they died sooner and had more disease. Here's something terrifying. Cancer in people under 50 are climbing 2 to 4% every single year. Breast cancer, prostate cancer, colon cancer, all increasing in young people. And it started ramping up around 2015 when LED lights really took over. Let me explain why melatonin is so crucial and why you can't just pop a supplement to fix this. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It's one of your body's most powerful cancer-fighting agents. It literally suppresses cell growth, cleans up rogue cells, and acts as a super antioxidant. Scientists have done incredible experiments. They take human breast cancer cells, implant them in rats, and then expose some rats to light at night while keeping others in darkness. The cancer grows much faster in the rats exposed to light at night because the melatonin gets suppressed. They've even taken blood from women sitting in bright light, low melatonin, versus sitting in darkness, high melatonin, injected it into rats with cancer, and the high melatonin blood actually suppressed tumor growth. But here's why you can't just take melatonin pills. Melatonin is just one marker of a whole symphony of repair processes that happen when your body thinks it's nighttime. It's like seeing the tip of an iceberg. There's so much more happening beneath the surface. Now, it's not just about avoiding blue light. We're also missing out on the good parts of natural sunlight, ultraviolet light. The same UV light we've been taught to fear actually helps convert cholesterol to vitamin D in your skin. And that violet blue light, around 380 nanometers, it improves blood flow to your eyes and prevents myopia, which is nearsightedness, which is now affecting nearly 50% of people. And then infrared light. This is the invisible heat light that you feel from a fireplace. It actually boosts your cellular energy production, improves glucose metabolism, and creates that relaxed, pleasant feeling you get sitting by a fire. Modern LED lights contain zero infrared. And then there's green light. Believe it or not, specific wavelengths of green light can actually cure migraine. Then there's red light. This doesn't disrupt your sleep at all, which is why it's preferred for nighttime use. The sun gives you all of these wavelengths in perfect balance throughout the day. Our artificial lights, they're like junk food compared to the full nutritional spectrum of sunlight. Here's one of the most powerful hacks from this research. Morning light is absolutely critical. There was an incredible study in psychiatric hospital. Patients with severe depression, anxiety, and PTSD were admitted to rooms that either faced east or south, which is the morning sun, or north or west, which is no morning sun. Same doctors, same treatment, same medication. The patients who got morning sunlight in their rooms were discharged in half the time compared to those without morning light. Your morning light exposure literally sets your entire circadian rhythm for the day. Miss that morning light and your whole system stays confused. All right, here's your action plan. And trust me, This is way easier than you think. Morning, most important time. Get outside within the first hour of waking, even for just 10 to 15 minutes. Face east or southeast if possible. This is when the light is most effective. Cloudy day, still go out. You're still getting 10 times more light than indoors. Can't go outside? Sit by a large south-facing window. Daytime. Spend as much time as possible outdoors or near windows. If you work indoors, take light breaks. Step outside for a few minutes, several times. Choose workspace near windows when possible. The evening, critical. Switch to warm yellow-orange lights 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Look for zero blue or circadian light bulbs for your bedroom and evening spaces. If you must use devices, use blue light blocking glasses that are actually yellow-orange tinted. Clear ones don't work. Dim your lights progressively as bedtime approaches. In nighttime, sleep in complete darkness. Blackout curtains are your friend. If you need a nightlight, use red light only. Any alarm clocks should have red displays, not blue or white. If you have a baby, use red light for nighttime feeding. It won't disrupt either of your sleep cycles. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, your smartphone and other devices. Here's something that might surprise you. The blue light from your phone might not actually delay when you fall asleep by much, maybe 10 minutes or less. That's not the real problem. The real issue is that even if you fall asleep at your normal time, that blue light exposure is still suppressing your melatonin production, shifting your internal clock, reducing your deep sleep and REM sleep quality, compromising your body's repair processes. So while you might think, I fall asleep fine after using my phone, your sleep quality and your body's restoration are still being damaged. Here's where this gets both exciting and frustrating. We now have the technology to solve this problem completely. Scientists have developed light bulbs that automatically adjust the day, bright and blue during the day to keep you alert, then gradually shifting to warm zero blue light in the evening. They're linked to your local sunset and sunrise times. Dr. Moore-Ed has tested these in over 4,500 companies with people working around the clock. The results? Fewer errors at work, fewer gastrointestinal problems, and overall better health. But here's the frustrating part. Government regulations are actually preventing these healthy lights from being widely available. There are efficiency standards that only Blue Reach LEDs can meet, which means manufacturers can't legally sell the healthy option in many places. This is going to make you angry, but you need to know this. The government banned those old Edison bulbs and forced us into Blue Reach LEDs in the name of energy efficiency. But light bulbs only use about 6% of your home's electricity. Your heating, cooling, and appliances use the other 94%. So we're destroying our health to save on 6% of our electricity use, while data centers for AI and cryptocurrency are consuming massive amounts of electricity elsewhere. It makes absolutely no sense. But these regulation measures lumens per watt, which only counts green and yellow light as useful. All the healthy colors, red, violet, infrared, are considered wasted energy by these standards. Completely backwards. If you have children, this next part is crucial. When kids want to sleep with a light on, most parents use regular white or blue lights, which is wreaking havoc on their developing systems. Use red night lights only. For new parents, if you're feeding your baby at night, use red light only. Most baby product websites recommend Blue Reach lights, which disrupt both the baby's sleep and the parent's sleep. Red light lets you see what you're doing without messing up anyone's circadian rhythm. The myopia, which is nearsightedness, has become an epidemic in kids linked to not getting enough natural light, especially that violet blue UV light that promotes healthy eye development. When you're ready to upgrade your lighting, look for these terms: zero blue or no blue light bulbs, circadian lighting, warm white for evening should be 3000 K or lower, full spectrum for daytime use. Avoid these marketing tricks. Blue light blocking glasses that are completely clear. They do nothing. Light bulbs that claim to be healthy but don't specify blue content. Any blue blocking product that don't filter the 440 to 495 nanometers range. For blue light blocking glasses, they should be noticeably yellow or orange tinted. Clear or lightly tinted glasses are essentially useless. You want them to filter that specific 440 to 495 nanometer sky blue range. Here's another critical piece that amplifies all of these benefits: consistency. Your body thrives on regular patterns, going to bed and waking up at consistent times, getting morning light at the same time each day, and following the same evening routine creates a full, powerful rhythm that enhances everything else. People with irregular sleep schedules have shorter lifespans and more health problems, even when controlling other factors. Your body is designed to predict and prepare for daily cycles, and regularity helps all those millions of internal clocks stay synchronized. Let's address the elephant in the room: sun fear. Yes, you can get too much sun, just like you can get too much of anything. But the pendulum has swung way too far in the other direction of avoid all sun. Remember that Swedish study? The women who spent time outdoors got more skin cancer, but lived years longer overall. Most importantly, they weren't dying from their skin cancers. The key is smart sun exposure. Morning and late afternoon sun is ideal, usually before 10 or after 3 p.m. Avoid burning, especially midday summer sun. Build up your tolerance gradually. Get UV through your eyes and on your skin, not through glasses, which blocks the beneficial UV. The fear of sun has created vitamin D deficiencies, mood disorders, and circadian disruptions in millions of people. We need to find the balance. Let me leave you with this powerful thought. People who spend more time outdoors and sleep in darkness at night live multiple years longer than people who live in our modern indoor artificial lit cocoon. We're talking about a lifespan difference as significant as smoking versus non-smoking, just from getting your light exposure right. Think about that. What you're willing to do for an extra few years of healthy life. You probably already watch your diet, exercise, and avoid smoking. Well, optimizing your light exposure might be just as important, and it's honestly much easier to implement. This isn't just about individual health. This is about recognizing that we've accidentally created a massive public health crisis while trying to be environmental. Early onset cancers climbing 2 to 4% per year, depression and anxiety skyrocketing, sleep disorders become epidemic, myopia affecting half the population. What if a significant portion of these modern health crises are actually light related? We've been looking for a complex solution, new drugs, new therapies, new diets, when one of the biggest solutions might be as simple as getting the right light at the right time. Here's what's exciting. You have the power to implement this immediately. You don't need to wait for doctors, governments, or insurance companies to catch up. You can start today. And here's something really cool. As more people demand healthy lighting, manufacturers will be forced to create better products. As more people understand the science, we can push for better regulations. You're not just improving your own health, you're part of a movement towards healthier lighting for everyone. All right, my amazing health hackers, let me wrap this up because I know your mind is probably blown right now. The bottom line is this. For 10,000 generations, humans lived in harmony with natural light cycles. In just 4 generations since Edison, we've completely disrupted that harmony and our health is paying the price. But the fix is surprisingly simple. Get bright natural light in the morning and throughout the day. Avoid blue light at evening and at night. Sleep in complete darkness. Be consistent with your timing. Start with just one change. Maybe getting outside for 10 minutes every morning or switching to red night lights. Small changes create big results when you're working with your biology instead of against it. If this video opened your eyes to something you've never thought about before, smash that like button. Your engagement tells YouTube that this information matters and helps spread these life-changing health hacks to more people who need them.